Big VTV, great to have you with us for a Thursday night AT week. We've given AT a couple of days off just to recover after a big Monday and Tuesday, but she will be back with us tomorrow night to look at all the divisions. And I've seen you, Steve-O, the last couple of days. You've been tapping away on all the configurations around finals and ladders and what could happen and what... I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night, because the way you've been tapping away, young man, you've obviously got some absolute gold for us.
Yeah, that's right. Crunching the numbers in terms of head-to-head, mini ladders, 3 teams, 4 teams, sometimes 5 teams could end up on the same record. As you mentioned, given AT a couple of nights off, it's a long grind each week. So
yes,
our superstar players certainly need their rest. Us, maybe not so much.
I know all about that grind. 9 years of this. Now listen.
Yes.
I don't know what you've got in store for everybody tomorrow night with all of this so-called number crunching you've been doing. I don't know whether in your office, and it's a palatial office as well, it's a palatial, I should say, palatial office. I don't know whether you've been holding a Comic-Con convention, or is that what they call it?
A Comic-Con, yeah.
Whether you've been holding some sort of convention or you've been playing video games all day in your office, but the amount of geeks walking in and out of your office in the last couple of days, is that what you've been working on? You've been working on the ladders, or have you been having a bloody video game?
No, I've been working on the ladders. Obviously, with these mathematical equations, we need some people a lot smarter than myself. So I brought in the big guns just to make sure that I've got the correct information. Well, hopefully it's the correct information for tomorrow night on Big VTV.
I'll look forward to it. It'll be thrilling. We're looking at some finals coming up this weekend, and of course we do have 3 of our 12 divisions currently in finals. They're already underway. We're going to start with Youth League 1 men. Here we go, because we're going to find out the 2 grand finalists post this weekend. One of the big games is Waverley, who finished in 2nd, taking on Werribee, who won through last week. They, of course, finished in 3rd. It's 8:15 p.m. Saturday night at Waverley Basketball Centre. They've met twice this season. Round 5, Waverley beat Werribee by 4, and in round 16, Werribee beat Waverley by 3.
Correct. So they have split the 2 contests this season. Werribee will obviously take a bucket load of confidence, defeating them in the final regular season round, and of course winning last week in that elimination final. Daniel Herbert had been the benchmark for Werribee all season long. However,
loves a banana before the game, Herbie.
Wasn't there last week.
Where was Herbie?
Well, I'm not sure. No mail on that. So speaking of Werribee, they're going to have to rely, if he's not available, Josh Toniardo, they're going to have to rely on. 14 points and 5 assists last week in 25 minutes. Has to stay aggressive on the offensive end of the floor, because there obviously has been some times throughout the season he's gone a little bit quiet.
Waverley got some guns though, Steve.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, Nathan Malloy starts that one off. He was in form when the 2 teams took each other on throughout the season. 14 points and 8 rebounds in the first encounter. 22 points in that last encounter.
Just keep an eye out for Andy Nola as well.
3-point shooter, can get them up in a hurry, and once he hits that first one or even the second one, it could go on a bit of a flurry.
Who wins, Steve-O?
Look, I think Waverley are one of the best offensive teams in the competition. I'm going to stick with the Falcons.
They're pretty hard to toss at home, aren't they? Having the week off, does that hurt them?
I don't think so. Not in this competition.
The other game is between Sunbury, who finished in 1st. They also had the first week off. They take on Geelong, finished in 4th, won through last week with a nice little win. Previously this season, round 10, Sunbury beat Geelong by 14. Round 16, Geelong beat Sunbury by 17. 3 p.m. Sunday, Boardman Stadium.
Similar circumstances to the first matchup. Obviously, the last round of the regular season, Geelong won convincingly, so we'll take that confidence in. Wang Nieth,
very good.
Double in the round 10 clash, 25 points, 11 rebounds. He's been in some form as well. Joshy Hindle had 10 points and 8 rebounds in that round 16 clash. Brody Townsend for Sunbury, very good, 16 points and also 21 points in those 2 outings against the Supercats. I think the X Factor still remains for Geelong.
Got to be. Oh, Geelong.
For Geelong, Tommy Georgiadis.
Oh,
we
Tommy,
mentioned it
yes.
last week. He was okay last week without setting the world on fire. Might just be a rev up for this week. But for Sunbury...
Oh, it's got to be. It's got to be the lead singer.
I think it's your man.
Leading the band.
Your man, KC. Kyle Collins.
Has to be.
5th in the competition in scoring. He gets off the chain. Sunbury are going to win.
Who do you think will win?
Look, I've been a fan of Geelong most of the season. If they don't topple Sunbury, I think they go close. But I'm leaning towards the go close section.
Steve-O. There is nothing more certain this week. Nothing anywhere in the Big V more certain this week than KC and the Sunshine Band. All the crew out there at Sunbury, there is nothing more certain. The Jets will win this game and go through to the grand final.
Sure.
Okay? That is the absolute certainty of this week's Big V basketball.
Got it.
MOLTEN VYC women. If I just put the pressure on?
Absolutely.
Right, okay. MOLTEN VYC women. Knockout. Same stuff. Here we go. Knox v Nunawading. 1 p.m. Sunday at the State Basketball Centre. Round 3, Knox 51 went down to Nunawading 53. Round 7, Nunawading defeated Knox 79-76. So Nuna's got the wood on them this season. But Knox are loaded up come finals.
Knox are loaded up, in form. Think they've won a host of games in a row. If not, they've only lost one on that section of the season. Leah Santamaggio has been in some incredible form. Had 20 points in round 3. Backed it up with 18 points in round 7.
I know those two very good last week.
I know those two were losses, but Knox are a different kind of beast. The second half of the season, especially at this time of the year. For Nunawading, Rach Polk had 13 and 6 in round 3, 10 points in round 7. I tell you what, there's been a couple of players in some pretty good form for both sides. For Knox, it's Megan Hedge, 12 points, 10 points, 18 points, and 10 points.
Is it Megan or Megan? Is it Megan or Megan?
Well, we're going to have to put the call out because I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, well, their friends call her Hedgie, but that's okay.
Yeah, cool.
I think it's Megan Hedge.
Okay. And for Nunawading, Kaylin Ibbotson, similar fashion, double digits in her last 6 games, topped with that 22 points in that third game. I think Knox just have too much firepower, and I think they'll reverse the trend.
You know what Kaylin's nickname is, don't you?
No, I don't.
Ibbo.
Oh, right.
Ibbo.
Of course, yes.
Well, I saw Nunawading play last week against Ringwood, so I got to hear the teammates and the crowd chanting Ibbo from the sidelines. So she's a very good player, Ibbo.
I'm sure
she had a wonderful season.
Is.
Had a wonderful season. I like the way I like what I saw from Nunawading last weekend, Steve.
Yes.
I got to see a fair bit of that game, as I said, and gee, they make some noise off that bench.
Do they?
When they score,
loud.
They do not shut up. They make a lot of noise off the bench. Good support from the sidelines, and I think they're going to need all the support that they can get. Because for me, the Raiders will win this game, Steve.
I agree.
All right. Who else is playing?
Well, Sandringham host Melbourne, 2 p.m. Sunday, Nunn Media Basketball Centre. Obviously, two teams.
Is that the name of the joint? Is that right?
Well, that's
is that what it's called?
I've been told.
Oh, okay.
Two teams in form this time of the year. Sandringham 67 knocked over Melbourne 57 back in round 7. Of course, they only played the once because they're in different conferences. Meg Rogowskis has been very good in the second half of the season. 19 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists in her outing against the Tigers back in round 7. Nikki Metcalf had 15 for Melbourne.
Yeah.
Ella Batish.
Right, I was going to say, for me, nothing against Rogowskis and Metcalf. I think they're very important for their respective teams.
Yes.
But I don't know that they're the most important players.
Slotted straight back into the youth league lineup after, I think, some Siebel duties.
We're talking about Ella Batish.
Ella Batish, yes. 28 points and 14 rebounds last week. Just goes to show how important she is to Sandringham's chances of back-to-back.
And what about Craners? Because Craners is back from injury now. Her last 4 weeks has been very good.
Well, that's true. Also stuffs the stat sheet in a number of ways. If she turns up, they're a whole different beast to deal with the Tigers.
She'll be there. Why wouldn't she turn up, Steve? Do you know something I don't know?
Well, no, I'm just saying she's obviously been in and out of the side.
Oh, yeah, she'll be there. Who are you going for in this game?
I'm going for Sandringham.
Steve, yeah. I follow this competition very closely. It's a wonderful competition. Love all the players, love all the teams. You know what I'm like off camera. I'm
Yes.
constantly talking about VYC
In my
women
ear.
non-stop competition. I'm with the Orange Army. I've been with the Orange Army for a couple of years now.
You have?
I love to get my orange on, and I'll have my orange on. When are they playing?
2 p.m.
2 p.m. at is that the name of the place?
Well, that's what we've been told. The notes in front
Nunn
of us.
Media Basketball Centre.
Correct.
It's where they've always played. It's the same
Yes.
joint, right?
It's the Sandringham.
What are you
Sandringham
doing
Stadium.
on Sunday?
I'm probably going to watch some basketball.
Well, why don't we go out to...
Well, I'm not sure if it's going to be at the Nunn Media.
It says that. It says Nunn Media.
No, I'm saying I'm not sure if I'm going to be heading out to
Well,
the
why
Nunn.
don't you and I go out together on Sunday? We haven't spent a Sunday together for
No,
a couple
we
of
haven't.
years.
A long time.
Well, why don't we go out there and get our orange on and be a part of the Orange Army? Sit in the middle of them and be a part of the Orange... They're a vocal group. Why don't we do that?
If we arrive, do they provide us with some orange?
They get their orange t-shirts.
Orange gear?
They will be wearing the
Okay.
orange t-shirts, the orange... Why don't we go out there on Sunday?
Potentially.
Will you get back to me?
I will get back to
All
you.
right, okay, great. That's a very clear indication that he's not going to be a part of it. MOLTEN VYC men knockout. Here we go. Coming up. Love this. Nunawading Hawthorn. 5:30 Saturday. Nunawading Basketball Stadium. Round 5 Hawthorn 75 defeated Nunawading 68. Nunawading's changed a fair bit since then. This will be an absolute beauty. 2 of the lower seeds getting through in week 1.
Correct. Jackie Gandolfo had 22 points in that round 5 matchup. On the flip side, Xavier
He's been
Evans
very good.
had 22.
Very good Xavier
They've
Evans.
both been very good
Yes.
this season. I'll tell you what, a couple of informed players. Zach Common boxed the first one for the Spectres. 21 points and 16 rebounds, mind you, last weekend. For the season, he's averaging 11 points. Get this, he's shooting 61%
Doesn't
from the
waste
floor.
it. Doesn't waste it, Steve. What about Froth and Bubbles? He's been one of my favourite players to watch this season.
He has, certainly.
Old Frothy.
Kept Hawthorn going on the offensive end when they've struggled and just needed a bucket or two,
Yep.
or a bubble or two.
Bubble or two for Joe Furphy. Yes.
46% from the floor is Joe Furphy, nearly averaging a double-double at 14 points and 9
I
rebounds.
like Froth and Bubbles. Who's going to win this game, Steve? Now, before we go any further, to all of my friends out at Hawthorn, wonderful club, Hawthorn, great people out there, Barb, Barry and the crew out there at Hawthorn.
Yes.
You're about to get slapped here because there is no possible way that the man sitting to my right, probably to your left, depending on how you're watching us right now, there is no possible way that he is going to go against all of his mates out there at Nunawading. Here we go. Are you ready, Steve? Who are you going for?
I'll take the Spectres, third place in the
Sure.
Terrell.
Yeah,
They
of
will
course, sure.
defeat Hawthorn at home on Saturday
I
night.
did tell you it was coming.
Obviously buck the trend from that round 5 clash.
I did tell you it was coming.
You know me too well.
I'm going for Nunawading.
Yeah, funny that.
Steve. Let's go on to Eltham and Sherbrooke. This will be a beauty. Eltham, the only home team in week 1 to get through, believe it or not. They take on Sherbrooke, who are in some dynamic form right now. 7 p.m. Saturday night, Eltham High School. I'm telling you now, if you want to go and experience some just absolute, incredibly loud, vocal, vivacious behaviour, you want to get out to Eltham High School on Saturday night because that place will be rocking like no other stadium anywhere in Melbourne.
Correct. And you say loud. It's not.
It's fun.
It's a family
It's
atmosphere.
great fun.
It is brilliant.
Yes.
It's not ridiculously loud where you can't bring your kids. and
Great
you've got
fun.
It is well and truly a family atmosphere
Yes.
out at Eltham High School. The nice back court where you walk all the way down.
They've got some new change
Whole
rooms
state.
there.
Yeah,
Did
they
you know that?
opened them up last weekend.
Jeffers, Greg Jeffers, who is a great man. He built those change rooms.
Is he a great man or is he the great man?
No, there's a few other great
No,
people.
you can't
out
call
there.
yourself the great man. Sorry, mate.
So he built those change rooms with his bare hands. He did the whole thing.
Wow.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Hammer and nail, glue, saws, all that. He hand built those. So when you go to all the teams out there,
You really know your tools.
when you go and experience those new change rooms out there at Eltham, just understand that the great man, a great man, he hand built those himself
Very good.
over the last couple of years.
Very
so well
good.
done to Jeffo. It's 7 p.m. Saturday night, as we said. Round 6, Eltham 64 defeated Sherbrooke 57. That was round 6. Round 12, Sherbrooke 78, Eltham 68. I'm telling you now, Do not sleep on the Suns.
Absolutely not. In some rich vein of form, led by Cameron Bradley.
Been good.
Over the back half of the season. Obviously missed that round 6 game, but was excellent in their round 12 win. 23 points, 16 rebounds. He's an X factor for the Suns. Ali Bear also very good.
Yes.
Alistair Parker. He will
Double machine.
I was going to say, he'll probably poll a double-double this Saturday night. On the flip side, someone that can contain Cam Bradley is Ovi McBeggar.
Yes.
He also missed round 6, but he also missed round 12, so he hasn't been seen against the Suns. Very good last week, 14 points, 7 rebounds. Combine him with their point guard in Christian Yamuni.
Can play.
Can get to the bucket. Couple of dimes
Can
over
play.
to Ovi as well.
They got Sherfy there.
They've got a bit of depth, mind you, so they're just a couple of names.
What about Cliffo? Tommy Clifford?
Cliffo,
Goolies,
exactly.
so they've got the Goolies there. Jimmy
correct.
Gooley.
Tommy O'Connor inside. They've got a lot of depth there, and because of that, I'm going to lean to the Wildcats.
I'm not going to lean. I'm
suggesting.
I'm firmly 2 feet completely over the line. I'm going with the Wildcats to win. And I'm telling you now, Sherbrooke is as good as any team running around right now. They are in very good form, but they're going into a place that is going to be rocking. They're going to be in red. They're going to be enjoying the change rooms built by hand by Jeffo. Wildcats in front of 500 salivating Wildcats fans will get up and win that game and go to the grand final and host it. Did I get that right?
That would be correct if they were to win.
And they'll host it, Steve-O. So there you go. Tomorrow night, we're back here. AT's going to be with us. I'm looking forward to seeing what you and your geeky boffins have come up with. It should be thoroughly enjoyable and entertaining. To everybody out there, Thursday night.
Might not be enjoyable and entertaining, but I'll tell you what it will be. It'll be educational.
If it's not entertaining, Steve-O, you're not back on the show.
What?
To everybody out there, Thursday night, training session. For a lot of teams, tonight's their last training session of 2018. Do you know that?
Correct.
Last training session. Now, you know what that also means? It also means that there'll be plenty of coaches out there who think they're being really fun and active amongst the group by getting them to wear, I don't know, 80s gear.
Yep.
Your favourite NBA jersey, that's always a good one.
Good go-to.
Retro training, all that sort of stuff. Have fun with that. Maybe send us in some photos.
That'd be good.
Maybe send us some photos that we can share with the Big V community. All you people acting like galahs at your last training session for the season. Hey, have a great night. Enjoy your training sessions, no matter whether it's your last or you're preparing for finals. And we'll be back at the desk tomorrow night on Big V TV, 5:30. We'll see you then.